Good morning children. Today we are going to see term 2 unit 1 supplementary reader Alice in Wonderland. Children, let us move on to author introduction. See, so this story Alice in Wonderland is written by Charles Ludwig Dodgson. So, yeah, 27 January 1832 to 14th January 1898. So, he is better known by his pen name Lewis Carroll. So, his pen name means Punaipaya, was an English writer. So, he was an English writer. So, of world famous children's fiction. So, he wrote stories mainly for children. Okay. Notably, Alice's Adventures in Wonderland. So, this is the important fiction. Okay. And its sequel Through the Looking Glass. So, the equal story Through the Looking Glass. Okay. So, this is famous story Alice's Adventures in Wonderland. He was noted for his facility at wordplay, logic and fantasy. Fantasy means imagination. So, he was noted. எதுக்கு பேர் போனவர் அப்படினா wordplay. Okay. In words, he'll be doing very well. Logic and fantasy. He was also a mathematician, photographer and teacher. So, he was a mathematician as well as he worked as a photographer and he was a teacher. Carroll came from a family of Anglicans and he lived for most of his life as a scholar and teacher at Christ Church, Oxford. So, he was a Christian. So, he worked as a teacher at Christ Church, Oxford. Alice Liddell. So, who is Alice Liddell means daughter of the Dean of Christ Church. Okay. So, and the Dean oda ponnu da Alice Liddell. Henry Liddell is widely identified as the original for Alice in Wonderland, though Carroll always denied this. So on the Alice Liddell vechchu da just he has done the story. Even though he denied that, ivar maruthalum kuda, that is the true thing. Okay, so Alice, you can see the picture. Okay, so this is the author introduction of this, that is of this story, Alice in Wonderland. See students, let us move on to the story. See, Alice was beginning to get very tired of sitting by her sister on the bank and of having nothing to do. So, she was sitting with her sister on the bank, river bank. River bank they were sitting, both Alice and her sister. So, she couldn't do anything. She was not at all doing anything. Edume pannama, she was sitting. Once or twice, she had peeped into the book her sister was reading. So, on the river. So, near the river, they were sitting. And what Alice's sister was doing means she was reading a book. Peeping means what? Looking into, that is peeping. Okay, so she had peeped into the book her sister was reading, but it had no pictures or conversation in it. And what is the use of a book, thought Alice, without pictures or conversation? So what here they are saying? So Alice and her sister, they were sitting near the river bank and Alice's sister was reading a book. So, in that book, there was no picture or no conversation. So, in that, nothing was there. So, what Alice is thinking now, what is the use of reading that book? Because the book is not having any picture or conversation. So, what is the use of reading a book? Like that, Alice is thinking. Okay, have you all understood the first paragraph? Then, see the next. So, she was considering in her own mind as well as she could, for the hot day made her feel very sleepy and stupid. So, it was a hot day. So, she wants to take rest, but she was sitting near her sister, whether the pleasure of making daisy chain would be worth that trouble of getting up picking the daisies. So, here you can see the daisy flowers in that picture. Okay, just she wanted to make the chain. And the பூவால வச்சு அந்த ring மாதிரி செய்கிறது. Okay, you can see in that picture she is doing. When suddenly a white rabbit with pink eyes ran close by her. While she was making the chain with the help of the flowers, who is crossing? Suddenly a white rabbit. So that white rabbit is having pink eyes. So it is running near Alice. Okay. Then see what happened. The rabbit pulled a watch out of his pocket to check the time. He shook his head, then disappeared down a rabbit's hole. So what the rabbit is doing? That rabbit, white rabbit with pink eyes. So it is taking a watch from his pocket. Okay, that rabbit is having watch and it is checking the time. Okay, so then it what it is doing means it disappeared into the hole. So அது பொந்துருக்குள்ளே அதுக்குள்ள மறைஞ்சிருது rabbit. Okay, I must find out why he is in such a hurry. Hurry means what? In a speedy way. I must find out why he is in such a hurry, cried Alice. So what this girl is thinking, why that rabbit is going in a hurry manner, in a vegama, why it is going, filled with curiosity. Curiosity means what? Interest. Or aarvathila that Alice was seeing that rabbit. She ran to the rabbit's hole and peeped through the entrance. So what that rabbit is doing? It is going inside the hole. So Alice, she was following the rabbit and she was looking through the entrance. And the hole kirkkudiya entrance velila, and the bonduk velila, she was watching. The hole dropped suddenly and Alice fell. What has happened? Didin and the bondukula poi yaar vilundara? That Alice just she fell down. Okay. See children, next one. She fell for a long time when she suddenly came up a little three-legged table all made of solid glass. There was nothing on it except a tiny golden key. So enachu, she was looking into that hole, rabbit's hole. She fell down. And the bondulandu ulla she was falling down. See the picture. And she could able to see three-legged table. Table was there. And it made of glass, and the table it was made up of glass, and there was nothing was there, only a golden key was on the table. Okay, when she looked around again, she came upon a low curtain she had not noticed before, and behind it was a little door about 15 inches high. Okay, what has happened? Just if a rabbit follow panni, she was going, she was fall down, and the hole kulla poyanga she was fallen down. So now in that hole she could able to see a three-legged table, and the table mala golden key was there, and she was looking here and there. She could able to see the curtains. Curtains means screen. So she didn't notice before this. Okay, idu mari she didn't notice before. And just the door was too little. Evlo inches? 15 inches. But this girl is too big. The door was too small. She tried the little golden key in the lock, and to her great delight it fitted. So delight means so happy. Okay. What she was doing? She is taking the key and she is trying to open the door. Okay. It matches perfectly. She opened the door and saw a beautiful garden through it, but she couldn't reach it as she was too big. So what is she doing? Just she unlocked the door. Just she opened the door, and so on the door landu paakrappa what she is seeing, a beautiful garden was there, but she couldn't just reach the garden. Why? She was too big. Okay, அதெல்லாம் குட்டி குட்டியாக இருக்குது. She was too big, so she couldn't reach. அந்த டோருக்கு வெளியில் she was watching, அதுக்குள்ளே போக முடியல. Okay, have you all understood ma? See the next ma. When she turned around towards three-legged table, Alice found a green bottle that said "Drink me" magically appeared on it. So again she is turning and seeing the three-legged table irukku இல்லையா? So in that table she could that is she could find a green bottle. Bottle was there. So அதில் என்ன எழுதியிருக்கு அப்படின்னா "Drink me." Okay, like that is they have written. So out of curiosity or interest, curiosity or ஆர்வத்தில் what she is doing, Alice took the bottle and drank the entire portion. So just she is taking that bottle and she is drinking. Then she begins to shrink until she was no bigger than a doll. So what happened? After drinking some water in that bottle, shrink அப்படின்னா சுருங்கிறது. Okay, so and she became too small and she became like a doll. ஒரு doll மாதிரி, குட்டியா ஒரு doll மாதிரி she became. Okay, so after drinking the water in the bottle, just she became too small like a doll. Okay va? See students, next what has happened? She opened the door and quickly ran through it. So now she became like a doll. So she is opening the door and she is running. Okay. So there was a garden, beautiful garden. What a splendid garden. What a beautiful garden. She exclaimed. Exclaimed means ஆச்சரியப்படுறது. Why I am no bigger than the insects that crawl on these flowers. So just she is thinking how I became too small like that of an insect. Crawl means tavalradu. Okay. So just I became too small like that of insects. Even insects I am small. But the excitement soon wore off. Excitement போயிடுச்சு. Alice grew bored with her tiny size. So she don't want to be a small. I want to be big again. What she is thinking? Again she want to become a big girl. She shouted. Her shout startled the white rabbit. So what happened? She's shouting. So enachu அப்படினா why she is shouting? Because she wants to become a big one. Okay. What see? Her shout startled the white rabbit who ran past her again. So startle, that is white rabbit enagudhu அப்படினா again. So it is going, it is passing her. அவளை pass பண்ணி போகுது. Mistaking her for his mate, he ordered. So what that white rabbit is thinking means, just that rabbit thought that this Alice, okay, Alice was her servant. So on the rabbit, what it is thinking, this girl is her, அவளுடைய, that is அந்த rabbit உடைய ஒரு servant நினைக்குது. Okay, go to my cottage and fetch my gloves and fan. So அந்த rabbit வந்து யாருக்கு ஆர்டர் பண்ணுது அப்படின்னா Alice கிட்ட. Go to the cottage and bring my gloves and fan. Gloves கைக்கு போடுறது. Okay, இது கொண்டுட்டு வா அப்படின்னு சொல்லிட்டு rabbit is saying to this girl, Alice. Alice was confused by the rabbit's behavior, but she was totally confused. என்ன எனக்கு ஆர்டர் பண்ணுது அப்படின்னு சொல்லிட்டு Alice was confused. Maybe I'll find something at the cottage to help me find my way out, she said hopefully. Hopefully ஒரு நம்பிக்கையோட. So எதா cottage, if I'm going to the cottage, something may change. ஏதாவது எனக்கு க்ளூ கிடைக்கும், நான் ஏதாவது எஸ்கேப் ஆகலாம் இங்கிருந்து அப்படின்னு சொல்லிட்டு she is doing. Okay, now she is going to the cottage. Okay, children, see the next paragraph. As she was going out, she saw a piece of chocolate cake that was kept on the table by the doorway. So as she was going out, she could able to see a chocolate cake and it was kept near the doorway. So and near that table, what has kept? Eat me, I'm so hungry. Okay, so she is also feeling so hungry. So just Alice, just she is taking the cake from the table and she is eating. After eating that cake, she is realizing that she has grown larger. Okay, just she became big than the house. Okay, children, see the next paragraph. Get out of my way, you are blocking the door, shouted the white rabbit. Alice managed to pick up his fan. Immediately she began to shrink, but little did she know it was a magical fan which made her small again. So what has happened here? After eating the chocolate cake, she became big. இல்லையா, ரொம்ப பெருசாயிட்டான். So what this rabbit is doing? Why are blocking the door? And the door வந்து block பண்ணிட்டா. Because she has grown big, no? So she is blocking, மறைச்சிக்கிறா. So again, what Alice is doing? Alice is managing to pick the fan. ராபிட்டோட ஃபேனை எடுக்கும்போது ஸோ ஷி பிகன் டு ஷ்ரிங்க் பிகாஸ் இட் இஸ் அ மேஜிக்கல் ஃபேன். அந்த ஃபேன் எடுக்கும்போது Alice became small because it was a magical fan. Again she became small. Oh no, I'll never get back to the right size. She went looking for help. So still she couldn't become the right size. Right size ipilla. So just she wants somebody to help her. Okay, so because she is becoming big or otherwise she is becoming too small. Okay, see the next paragraph. Soon she saw a green caterpillar dressed in a pink jacket. He was sitting on the top of a mushroom smoking a bubble pipe. So again in the garden she could able to see the green caterpillar and it is wearing the pink color dress. Okay, and it was sitting on the mushroom, top of the mushroom. So it is having a pipe, bubble pipe vechittu it was smoking. Okay, so the bubble pipe it is coming. Okay, bubbles. One side makes you big, other side makes you small, he said to Alice before slithering away. Slithering means move smoothly. Okay, so ஒரு side போனா it will become, what will happen, big ஆயிருவா, இன்னொரு side போனா small ஆயிருவா அப்படின்னு சொல்லிட்டு it was saying to Alice. Slithering away. Slithering means அந்த கீழே விழுகிற மாதிரி நெளிஞ்சு போகிறது. ஓகே, ஸோ அப்படி போகிறதுக்கு முன்னால் it was saying to Alice. One side of what Alice called after him. So she couldn't understand what that green caterpillar was saying. What you are saying அப்படின்னு சொல்லிட்டு Alice was asking. The mushroom silly, he answered. Alice ate a piece of the mushroom. So what this girl is doing? She is eating the piece of mushroom. Thank goodness I'm growing, she cried. But which way do I go? So after eating a piece of mushroom, she is becoming big. Now she don't know where to go. எங்க போகணும்னு தெரியல. Okay. Have you all understood this one? Children, see the next paragraph. The path leads to the Mad Hatter. That is Mad Hatter, it is clown. ஒரு joking person மாதிரி. Okay. The other way leads to the Lee March Hare. Hare, H-A-R-E means rabbit, said a voice. One voice is saying, if you are going in this path, you will reach person, Mad Hatter. If you are going in this way, you will go near the rabbit. Alice turned to find a smiling Cheshire cat in a tree. So, again, she is able to see a cat sitting on a tree. I'll see you later at the Queen's Croquet game, he said before disappearing. So on the cat enna solludu, just I'll see you, that is later at Queen's Croquet game. Okay, and the game la na meet pandren appdin solittu the cat just disappeared. There was a that is croquet, and the ball vechittu adikkiradhu, you can see in that picture. Okay va, so they have to just hit the ball. That's Queen's Croquet game. Okay, you can see in that picture. So there was a table set around under a tree in front of the house, and the March Hare and the Hatter were having tea at it. So என்னாச்சு, ஒரு டேபிள் இருக்கு set out under a tree கீழே, you can see in that picture in front of the house, ஒரு ஹவுஸ்க்கு முன்னாடி. Hare and the Hatter were having tea. So that person and the rabbit, they were drinking the tea. A dormouse was sitting between them. So that is, mouse was sitting between them. So in the side Mad Hatter, that is a clown, buffoon mari. ஒரு side யாரு அப்படின்னா rabbit. So இந்த ரெண்டு பேர்த்துக்கு நடுவில் who was sitting? This mouse was sitting fast asleep, and the other two were using it as a cushion. So this what the mouse was doing? It was sleeping. So அந்த cushion மாதிரி வச்சுக்கிட்டு who were talking அப்படின்னா this person and the rabbit were talking, resting their elbow on it, talking over its head. So the cushion மாதிரி நினச்சிட்டு, ஒரு பெட் மாதிரி நினச்சிட்டு, ஸோ நடுவில் mouse was sleeping. So this side that person was there, this side the rabbit was there. So two were discussing. Okay, have you all understood this one? See the next one. Very uncomfortable for the dormouse, thought Alice. Only as it's asleep, I suppose it doesn't mind. So just in between that mouse was sleeping. So what Alice was thinking, so it will be very uncomfortable for that mouse. So this side rabbit was sitting, that side that Mad Hatter was sitting, and they were using the hands, and they were keeping the hands on that mouse. Kai adu mela vechittu they were talking. So Alice, what she is thinking, so மோஸ்க்கு அது அன்கம்ஃபர்டபுளாக இருக்கும். ஸோ அது ஒன்றும் இட் டசன்ட் மைண்ட் பிகாஸ் இட் இஸ் ஸ்லீப்பிங். அது தூங்கிட்டு இருக்கங்காட்டி அதுக்கு தெரியல அப்படின்னு. Who is thinking? Alice is thinking. The table was a large one, but three were all crowded together at one corner of it. The table பெருசாக இருக்குது. ஸோ all the three persons, mouse, hatter, rabbit, இதெல்லாமே இருக்குது. No room, they cried out when they saw Alice coming. So வந்து Alice, when she is going, they were just crying out. There's plenty of room, said Alice indignantly. அப்படின்னா just irritated, ஒரு ஆங்கரோட. ஸோ நிறைய ரூம் இருக்குது அப்படின்னு சொல்லிட்டு who is saying? Alice is saying, and she sat down in large armchair at one end of the table. So one side of the table she was sitting in the chair having some wine. The March Hare said in an encouraging tone, just have this wine, okay அப்படின்னு சொல்லிட்டு the rabbit is saying. Alice looked all around the table, but there was nothing on it but tea. I don't see any wine, she remarked. So that Hare is asking Alice to drink this wine. Anna just Alice, she is looking here and there. No wine was there, only tea is there, she remarked. She is saying only tea is here, no? There isn't any, said the March Hare. Then it wasn't very civil of you to offer it, said Alice angrily. Okay, no, nothing was there. Why are you saying like this? Alice is asking in an angry way. It wasn't very civil of you to sit down without being invited, said the March Hare. Okay, and the hare, that is rabbit, what it is saying? We didn't invite you. Why are you sitting with us? Rabbit is asking to Alice. Okay. I didn't know it was your table, said Alice. எனக்கு தெரியாது உங்களோட டேபிள் அப்படின்ட்டு Alice was saying. It's late for a great many more than 3. Okay, you may stay if you answer my riddle. ஸோ என்னோட கேள்விக்கு நீங்கள் ஆன்சர் பண்ண அப்படின்னா நீ எங்களோட உட்காந்துக்கலாம் அப்படின்னு சொல்கிறாங்க பாரு. யூ மே ஸ்டே இஃப் யூ ஆன்சர் மை ரிடில். ரிடில் மீன்ஸ் விடுகதை லைக் தட். ஷவுட்டட் த மேட் ஹேட்டர். ஸோ யார் கேட்குறா? மேட் ஹேட்டர் அந்த பர்சன் என்ன சொல்கிறாரு? நான் கேட்ட கேள்விக்கு நீ பதில் சொன்னீங்கன்னா நீ எங்களோட உட்காந்துக்கலாம் அப்படின்னு. ஹூ இஸ் சேயிங் திஸ் அப்படின்னா மேட் ஹேட்டர். Why is a raven like a writing desk? Alice felt dreadfully puzzled. Okay, so why is a raven like a writing desk? So raven means what? Crow. So why the crow is like a writing desk? அப்படின்னு சொல்லிட்டு writing the desk, why the raven is liking? Why is a raven like a writing desk? Why the raven, crow, is liking this desk அப்படின்னா this man, Mad Hatter is asking to Alice. Alice, she didn't know the puzzle. Just she is in confused way. Okay, have you all understood? See the next one. The Hatter's riddle seemed to have no sort of meaning in it, and yet it was certainly English. So on the Hatter riddle ku endha meaning kediyad, but it is a English sentence, that's all. I don't quite understand you, she said as politely as she could. So she is saying politely, I didn't understand your question. Okay, have you guessed the riddle yet? The Hatter said. Edha guess panniya abdin. Who is asking ya? The Hatter, Mad Hatter is asking. Clown is asking to Alice. No, I give up, Alice replied. What's the answer? So I don't know the answer, can you give me the answer abdina Alice is saying to the person. I haven't the slightest idea, said the Hatter. Nor I, said the March Hare. Okay, so I don't have any idea. Alice sighed wearily. Wearily means tired. I think you might do something better with that time, she said, than waste it in asking riddles. So in the riddles இப்படி கேட்கறதுக்கு பதிலா you can use the time in a better way that have no answers. ஏன்னா இதுக்கு ஆன்சரே இல்லை. Raven is like a writing desk. It is no meaning. It doesn't have any meaning. Okay, and she continued her walk because the sentence doesn't have any meaning. So by asking these type of question, you can use the time wisely அப்படினு Alice is saying to that person, and she is continuing in her walk. நடந்துட்டு she was going. Okay, see the next paragraph. Suddenly she found herself in the middle of a field where the Queen of Hearts was playing croquet. So she was in the middle of the field. So then what has happened means, just the queen was playing the croquet game. She has to throw the ball. Okay, see, just in the picture she is playing the croquet game. Her gods means பாதுகாவலர்கள். Okay, her gods and godnesses were shaped like gods. Even the people who are working under her or like that shape of the card. See, so the gods were standing in, that is their dress were like that of cord. Yeah, cords mari they have just dressed. One gardener had planted white roses by mistake and they painted them red. So what the gardener was doing, see, planted white roses by mistake and then painted them red. So they have just pasted that roses in white color. Again they are just painting the white roses into red. Okay, with their heads, shrieked the queen. So we have to cut off the heads. Why she want to cut off the heads? Because the queen, queen doesn't like white roses because அந்த queenக்கு என்ன பிடிக்காது white roses பிடிக்காது by mistake தெரியாம அந்த என்ன பண்றாங்க just they have pasted the white rose paste பண்ணிட்டு again they have that is painting the white roses into red color. Okay, have you all understood this paragraph? See the next paragraph, children. Here the queen and allies are conversing. What here queen is saying means whether you have played the croquet game before. So for that allies what she is saying, yes I have played. And what is the meaning for flamingo means a kind of bird, hedgehog means mullamantree we say, no, that is. So queen is asking allies to play with her. So and also she is saying that I'll win otherwise I'll cut off your head. Likewise the queen is saying to allies, so allies try to give her best in the game but she couldn't win in the game, so queen is asking to cut off her head. So in the distance they could able to hear the trumpet sound because because வந்து என்னாச்சு allies வந்து she did not win in the game, so ஒரு court session மாதிரி வைக்க போறாங்க. Court session, you know, so you might have seen in the film and all, no. So if anybody is doing wrong they'll bring them in, they will bring them him to that court இல்லையா, கோர்ட்டில் தீர்ப்பு சொல்கிறது அது மாதிரி. Likewise here also they will be taking this allies to the court. Okay, have you all understood, ma? See the next one. Everyone rushed into the courtroom, so all are going and that is court is not in session, announced the white rabbit. Allies come to the stand. So now all are going to see what will be going to happen for this little girl. So allies took the stand and looked at the jury box where the March Hare and Mad Hatter were making noise. So she is going to the courtroom and she is standing. Okay, judges எல்லாம் இருப்பாங்க தீர்ப்பு சொல்றதுக்காக. She is waiting. So her rabbit and the person clown இருக்கார் இல்லையா அவங்கள they are making noise. Dormouse slept and the Cheshire cat smiled at her. So the mouse is sleeping and the cat irkulya that is smiling on seeing this girl. What's going on? Asked allies. They are guilty of stealing the delicious heart-shaped tarts, accused the queen. So what's going on? என்ன நடக்குதுங்க அப்படின்னா யார் கேட்குறா? Allies is asking. So for that, so you are guilty of stealing the delicious. So queen என்ன accuse பண்றாங்க அப்படின்னா you have stolen this heart shaped sweet. Okay, in the picture you might have seen. See, you can see this one. So you have stolen this delicious sweet அப்படின்னு queen is saying. So take her head and you must be punished. கண்டிப்பா உனக்கு punishment இருக்கு, உன்னோட head எடுக்கணும்னு சொல்லிட்டு queen is shouting. So how silly replied, for eating snacks and all will you cut the head அப்படின்ட்டு allies is saying this is silly. I did not have the slightest idea what you are talking about. Was only playing croquet. I did not do any mistake அப்படின்னு சொல்லிட்டு here the little girl is saying. So நான் எதுவுமே தப்பு செய்யல, why you are doing like this அப்படின்னு allies is saying. Okay வா. So see the last paragraph, children. So allies, she felt someone touch her shoulder. So what has happened? So now her allies sister is asking allies to wake up because she is sleeping. So இது வரைக்கும் வந்ததுல என்னது dream. So I had a strange dream, said allies. So என்ன சொல்றாங்க allies? இது ஒரு எனக்கு dream அப்படின்னு allies is saying to her sister. So இது வரைக்கும் நடந்தது white rabbit and the party. Okay, queen of hearts and the trial, court session எல்லாத்தையும் allies is saying to her sister, but she did not pay any attention. அதாவது அது காது கொடுத்து listen பண்ணல. And you are reading again, mumbled allies as she stretched. Allies saw a little rabbit with pink eyes squarely behind a tree. So வந்து என்னன்னா what allies is saying, again you are going to read அப்படின்னு சொல்லிட்டு, again you are reading அப்படின்னு சொல்லிட்டு allies is mumbling முனகிறது. So again allies she could see. Okay, what she could able to see அப்படின்னா white rabbit with pink eyes behind the tree. So tree பக்கத்துல அதே மாதிரி ஒரு rabbit பார்க்கறாங்க. Okay, that's all about this story. So I hope you might have understood this story. Thank you, students.